Okay, so I'm starting now. Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. If any of you have not subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe and फटाफट like button press कर दो student. So I'm starting. Most of you have attended my previous session. Those who have not attended my previous session, they can go and see the recording of previous session. In that, I have discussed few controls like buttons, label, text fields, and events related to button. In today's, I'm going to discuss few more controls and events related to your event handling or mouse handling, keyboard handling. So let's start the session. Is my document is visible? Is my screen is visible? Okay. Okay, it's visible. So thank you everyone. So let's begin. In my last lecture, I started event handling in Java. Let me quickly revise that topic concept and then we'll be proceeding with two event or key event and mouse event and then one more component frame and text area. Okay, so um, now let's begin with the topic event handling. What is event? Last lecture we have discussed events are nothing but any action caused by user. So whatever action you are performing on your container or component that are called as event, and events are going to change what state of your objects. So for example, if you click on button, if you click on mouse button, if you drag your mouse, they all cause an event. So in my previous session, I have shown you one program. In that program, we have used action event. So quickly type action event is used for which component or which control. Yes, action event we use for which control and what action I do. So action event is caused. Type the answer in chat box. Yes, button causes what? Action events. So whenever you click on button, you get what? Action events. So for example, I want to create one form known as registration form where I'm accepting various information regarding a particular person or it is an admission form. So I'm going to accept information related to admission. And when finally I click on button, so what it is going to do? It is going to create an event. That event is known as action event. Now what you all have to do, you all have to tell me which method action event calls. Yes, action listener. When you action listener is a listener which is having a method. So now you all have to type what is the method which is called when action event is performed. Yes, right. So action performed method is called when you click on button. And what is purpose of this action perform? You have to write your logic inside this action perform method. So whatever task you want to do related to registration, you need to write that logic inside this action perform. And these events are available in which package? java.awt.event. So before using all these listeners, methods and event, you have to import this package. Now what I'm doing, I'm moving to listener, that is a mouse listener and mouse motion listener. So let's understand what is this mouse listener and mouse motion listener. So whatever activity you are doing with this mouse, whether you are clicking on left button, whether you are clicking on right button, whether you are pressing this wheel or scrolling up and down, dragging, whatever activity you do with this mouse, that cause an event. So sometimes it happens I'm scribbling on my screen. So or I want to do what? Freehand drawing. So something like I want to do animation kind of thing. So for that, I can go for what? Mouse events. So there are two listeners for mouse. One is mouse listener and another is mouse motion listener. We have to understand difference between these two. So mouse listener is caused whenever you click on the mouse, whenever mouse entered to your component or a container, whenever you leave mouse from your component or container, whenever you press mouse button, either left mouse button or right mouse button, or whenever you release mouse button, then what is caused? Mouse event is caused. And if you want to use mouse event, you have to implement mouse listeners. And this mouse listener define what? Total 5 methods for mouse event. So I'll give you one trick to remember this method. Sometime it happen. So there are 5 methods. It is difficult to remember the method name. So you can create a abbreviation of this, that is recep, RECEP, or you can have other abbreviation also, CEEPR. CEEPR. So I remember by recep, that is mouse released, mouse entered, mouse clicked, mouse exited, and mouse pressed. If you remember in this way, it will be easy for you to write methods related to mouse listener or mouse event. So remember receipt, R is for released, E is for entered, P is for pressed, C is for clicked, E is for exited, and like that. So receipt. So that is what mouse listener. So if you do any of this 5 activity, what is called mouse listener is called. And then another we have as mouse motion listener. So when you drag your mouse, for example, I have kept my mouse cursor here. I'm dragging it and I'm bringing till here. Okay. So this is going to cause what? Mouse motion listener. And in mouse motion listener, we have two method defined, that is drag and move. So the short form or abbreviation or trick for remembering this is what? MD. So mouse motion listener is having two method, that is mouse drag and mouse move, and mouse listener is having 5 method, that is receipt. So and one more listener we are having, mouse wheel listener. So I have not given a description about that, but you can certainly see if you required. It is having 2 or 3 method related to your wheels, like how much wheels you are moving of mouse, that are defining mouse wheel listener. Okay, so these are two different listener, but just understand this listener has been defined only in one class, that is what? Mouse event. So there is no different class for mouse listener and mouse motion listener. So you all can see mouse click is also taking parameter as mouse event. Even mouse drag is also taking parameter mouse event. So classes and listeners are different. So what I will have in this mouse event class, where you have clicked, where you have dragged, coordinate of all that I'll get from this mouse event. Yes, everyone understood what is the purpose of this mouse listener and mouse motion listener? If yes, please type yes in chat box so that I can move to example of this mouse listener and mouse motion listener. So we'll be doing example on mouse listener, mouse motion listener, and then after that we'll be jumping to key listener. Yes, if it is clear, type yes in chat box. Okay, hello Omkar. Okay, so I think this is clear. So total 7 methods we are having for handling mouse event. So 5 for mouse listener, 5 for mouse motion listener. So now I hope you all remember the steps for creating any events or writing events in java.awt. So what was the step number one? Step number one is what? We have to import the package java.event. Then step number two is what? Implement the listener, whatever you are required, appropriate listener. Step number three is register the listener. And step number four is what? Write the logic inside the method of that listener. So I'm going to follow this step for whatever listener you are handling, whether it is mouse listener, key listener, adjustment listener. You have to follow this 4 step. So I have created program. So what I'm doing, I'm not typing program now because it takes time and we have so many concept to cover. So I have created few program. I'm just going to explain that program and I'm going to run that program. So let's go to the program. So this is what program related to your mouse event. So what I've done, I have imported these three packages. So this is session number 3. I hope now everybody understand purpose of these packages. Then write a applet tag because to run applet you need applet tag, and then create a class. So I created class, extend that class with applet. Certainly I'm going to change in today's session. Instead of applet, I'm going to use frame because now applet has been deprecated from JDK 14. So if any of you are using JDK 14, so certainly your program may not run. So I'm going to show you solution for that. Instead of applet, you can use what? Frame also. And then now what listener I'm taking? I'm taking mouse listener. Why? Because I'm going to handle events related to mouse. So I have done step number 1, import of package. Step number 2, appropriate listener. Now step number 3, register a listener. So mouse listener, I'm registering for my entire applet, not for particular control. So if I want to do with particular control, I should write that control name and then dot that add mouse listener. But this mouse listener I want to have for my entire applet. So therefore I'm writing add mouse listener and in bracket this. What is this? Add the mouse listener for this particular class. Okay, so we have done this inside init method because this is to be done only once. Do not register for events again and again. So now next part, what I'm doing, I'm writing methods related to mouse listener. So what are the method? Can you all type that abbreviation or trick which I have told you for remembering different listeners method in Applet or AWT? Quickly type that shortcut trick to remember methods. So now I'm writing mouse clicked, and in that what I'm going to do, I'm going to type coordinate wherever I'm printing or wherever I'm clicking my mouse. So what I'm doing, I'm changing background color with pink color. So no need to explain this. We have already done. And now you can see this method e dot getX. What is e? E is nothing but variable of my mouse event. So e dot getX, e dot getX gives you x coordinate wherever you have clicked your mouse button. So if I'm clicking my mouse button here, it is going to give my x coordinate. Yes, you are right. MD is in mouse motion listener. Receipt is in mouse listener. I'd ask you to type for mouse listener, not mouse motion listener. Yes, receipt perfectly right. So e dot getX is going to give me what? X coordinate wherever I have clicked my mouse button. And e dot gety is going to give me what? Y coordinate wherever I have clicked my mouse button. So you are going to get dynamic value. Wherever you change, wherever you click, you are going to get that value. And where I'm printing this on my console. You can print this on your applet also by using drawstring method, or you can show this on your this status bar of applet by using show status method. So you can try any of the method. So here I have used what? SOP, and then I'm printing what? Mouse click. So this was click. What you want to do on click of mouse, that logic I wrote inside mouse click. Now mouse entered, what it will happen? It is going to change color. So my color was pink. Whenever I take mouse, it is going to change into yellow color and it is going to print mouse entered. Similarly for exited, pressed and released. So for all events, I am doing what? I'm changing the color and I'm printing message. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to run this program and let's see output of this program. So compile your program and then run. I have already compiled. So I'm quickly running this program. Okay, let me compile again. So Java C, mouse event, and then applet viewer, again your program name. So now pay attention on screen how I'll get coordinate. So you can see I just took my mouse onto my screen. So it is showing me message mouse entered. I hope everybody can see it is showing mouse entered. Now what I'm doing, I'm just clicking. You can see I'm just clicking this mouse button. So it has shown me mouse pressed. I have pressed my hold my mouse button. So it is showing me mouse press. And you can see release and also it is showing me what the coordinate. Okay. So click and release, it will show you coordinate. So click, as soon as you click, you are going to get coordinate. So you can see I'm getting different coordinate. If I click over here, I'm going to get different coordinate. If I click here, I'm going to get different coordinate. Now, so you are getting clicked, exited, enter, pressed, released. So now, as soon as I go outside this applet, for example, I'm going at the top title part or I'm going at the status bar. So I'm getting what? Exited. And as soon as I come under this canvas, so I'm getting what? Entered. When I press, I'm getting pressed. When I release, I'm getting released. When I click, I'm getting click and the coordinate. Yes. Is this event clear to you all? Receipt, released, entered, clicked, exited, and press are the events of this mouse listener. Yes, you can create certainly like animation kind of program, changing a background or like that using this kind of codes. Yes, if the concept is clear, quickly type yes so that I can move to the next listener, that is mouse motion listener. Okay, okay. Okay, so thank you, Jahir. Then we'll move to the next part, that is motion listener. Student, you can do a variety of program using all this concept mouse handling. Like, for example, if I'm dragging like this, some object should be drawn or some ball should be drawn and playing with that ball kind of program. Anything you just visualize and you can do using this mouse handling or mouse event. And let me clear one thing. If you are doing advanced GUI programming like Swing, there is no extra packages for writing this code. Same classes you are going to use in Swing also. AWT.event, MouseListener, MouseMotionListener, all classes are available in Swing also. Okay. So therefore, I'm taking 2-3 session for mouse handling and not only mouse handling, event handling and event listeners. Okay, so now let me go to the next part, that is a mouse motion listener. So just now we have seen mouse motion listener have two method. What is that? Dragged and moved method. One request to you all, you can share the link of this to your friends so that they can join. I can see only 20 of you have joined. So just ask them to join the class. We are going to learn so much of exciting concept in today's session. Okay, so now let me show you dragged and move. Again, you will love this program. I have tried to make this interactive. So same step I'm going to follow in this program also. So here is my program. I have imported packages, 3 packages, and then what I'm doing, I'm extending with applet, and now my listener has been changed. What listener I'm taking? I'm taking what? Mouse motion listener instead of mouse listener, because now I want to do something when my applet is when I mouse is drag or when I mouse is what? Move. Okay, so therefore I'm taking what? Mouse motion listener. So now let me first run this program and then I'll explain what I have done in this. Okay, so applet viewer. Okay, now can you see what is happening? What I'm trying to do? I'm trying to do what? I'm trying to draw rectangle. And how this rectangle is drawn? Whenever I'm dragging my mouse. Just see, I'm dragging my mouse. I'm not released. Okay, let me show you my mouse. See now, okay, not possible. Yes, I'm dragging. So it is drawing something like this. So drag and you will get. So certainly if you want only one mouse to be drawn, then you can clear also. If you want to have effects like this, you can uh, write in mouse drag. Yes, isn't it amazing? Yes. Then whenever I'm releasing, it is going off and changing the color. So mouse dragged is drawing a rectangle and mouse move is what changing my color. So now let me show you the code. So again, inside init method, what I've done, I have added mouse motion list. This part is must. This is what must part. Unless you register for event, your event is not going to what register. So now add mouse motion listener. Then what I'm doing on whenever I'm moving my mouse, just I'm changing the color. Okay. But whenever I'm dragging my mouse, what I'm doing, I'm changing color. Along with that, I'm drawing rectangle. So now for drawing rectangle, we have to use drawRect method, which is there in graphics class. So what I have to do, I have to create object of this graphics class. This graphic class is there in java.awt package. So how to create graphics object? Graphics g equal to get graphics. As soon as you write get graphics, you are able to do any kind of graphics on your applet. For example, drawing of rectangle, drawing line, drawing something, any kind of drawing can be done, 2D type, 2D graphics. Okay. So then I've created object and the name is what G. Then now you can see the rectangle which is drawn, it is of red color. Why it is of red color? Because there is a line G dot set color. So here I wrote G dot set background. It is going to do what? It is going to change background of my canvas, that is applet background. But if I want to change my foreground color or my shape color, then I have to use what? G dot set color. One more thing I would like to show you over here. Again and again I'm using color name, but instead of using color name, what you can do, you can pass color of your choices. So you all know color consists of what? This RGB component. So now I need to pass something like this set color text color class. So just pass new color and then here you have to pass red, green and blue component by separating it by comma, and that should be an integer. So for example, I'm passing 15 as a red component, 200 as green component and 90 as my blue component. So I'm going to get mixture of this and I'm going to get green color shade likely more because I'm passing G value more. So I hope you all know color range from 0 to 255. So you can pass any value between 0 to 255. So whatever shade you want, pass that value more. So here I want green shade more. So I'm passing 200. Okay. So you can write color in this way also if you don't want to use predefined color which are available in Java. So G dot set color and then next what I'm writing G dot draw rect where I want to draw rect wherever I'm pressing my mouse there I want to draw rect. So how you can get the coordinate of this? You can get coordinate by using this variable, that is mouse event variable. So e dot get x comma e dot get y. So what it is going to give me? It is going to give me coordinate of my mouse drag part. So I got x coordinate, I got y coordinate. Now what I have to do? I have to just pass width and height of a rectangle and then I can get what my object rectangle. So G dot draw rect is going to draw your rectangle. You can use other method also, draw oval or draw polygon. There are many methods available in graphics class. Okay, so now I'm saving this program and again I'm running it. So let's see whether I get this color or not. So can you see now I'm getting green shade more because I have passed 200 as second parameter. I hope that the concept is clear to you all. If you have any doubt, you do ask in chat box. Okay, one thing I would like to tell you all. See, this object is again and again it is coming. So if you want to clear your canvas or if you want to clear your this window, you can call what repaint method. Okay, so just I'm typing repaint method. What repaint does? Repaint calls paint, and you all know paint gets called again and again whenever something is drawn. So as soon as repaint is called, your canvas or your this applet will be cleared. So now you won't be getting so many rectangles. So can you see I just got one rectangle. So I think because of that color it is not visible. Let me change the color. So I'll make this as black. Okay, so since repaint repaint is getting called and again, therefore I'm unable to show you that output. So let me show some other program related to this repaint. Okay, so here I have used repaint method. So if you don't want that object to be drawn again and again, what you can do, you can call repaint method. So I have done program for that also. Let me run and show you what is happening. So now, can you see? I'm getting only once that rectangle because I'm calling repaint. So if you want to clear your area, you can call repaint method. Okay, so I have used drawing. I have done the same coding, draw किया है मैंने, and I'm calling repaint method. Just only changes I'm doing it by using user defined method, so that if I want to call it on mouse drag event, then also I can call this method. Or if I want to call it on mouse move event, then also I can call this method, and I should not repeat this line. Therefore, I have created my user defined method. So I hope repaint is clear to you all. Yes, is repaint method clear? Whenever you want to clear your canvas, your applet, you can call repaint method. Repaint internally calls paint method. Yes, is this okay? Okay, so now what I'm moving to next part, that is your next event known as what? Key listener or key event. Okay, did not understood repaint. Let me explain again. What was the problem with this program? Not actually problem. Whenever your requirement changes, for example, now you want to draw only one rectangle whenever mouse is moved. For example, in the current situation, whenever I am moving my mouse, rectangle is drawn again and again. So you can see it is drawn again and again. But I don't want such kind of funda to be done. Okay, so well, only when I drag my rectangle, it should be drawn only once. So for that, what I can do, I can write this code and I can call repaint method. What repaint does? Repaint calls paint method. And what is paint? Whenever your something is drawn or whenever you are doing any action on your applet, it gets what? Refresh. And then you are going to get a new canvas or new applet. So therefore, we are calling mode paint repaint method to change or to clear my applet. So that is what the purpose of repaint method. Okay. Now, so Salma, is your doubt clear? You can see in the third program, I'm not getting that applet rectangle again and again. I'm getting it only once whenever I'm moving my mouse. Okay, so that is the purpose of repaint method. Just to clear your canvas, you can call repaint method. Okay, so now we'll be moving to third, not third, it is fourth. Action listener we have already done. We have done mouse listener, mouse motion listener. Now we are going to key listener. So what is key listener? Whenever you are pressing any keys of your keyboard, whether it is numeric keyboard, functional keyboard, or any operator keyboard or alphabet, space, any key, whatever you are pressing, and you want to do some activity at that time, then you can use what? Key listener. Now, key listener uses what? Key event. And what are the method we are having for key event? Pressed, released, released, typed. So when you type something and you want to do some activity, then you can use what? Key type. Whenever you are releasing, for example, you have typed some key and now suddenly you are releasing your finger from that key. So what will be called? Released. And press, just you are pressing. For example, you have pressed shift, long press. So pressed method will be called. So three method has been defined in this key listener. I remember by a shortcut PRT because so many methods we are having. How to remember methods? Nowadays we are having IDE available. You just type and you get that method easily. But whenever you want to write in theory, at that time you should remember the method. So always use tricks. Do the smart learning. Always use what? Tricks for remembering all these things. So I remember this by using PRT. PRT is for pressed, R is for released, and T is for type. Yes, everybody agree with me? Smart learning is better as compared to just rectify and doing this stuff. Yes or no? Yes. Okay. So now let me show you this released and type. So I'll go to the program, key program. So again, I have made program for you all so that complete the topics. So now, Exchange Applet implements KeyListener. I'm not explaining upper part. I know now you are master in that. Yes, yes. Jahir is saying smart learning is good. Yes. So, in my previous session, I have told you how to use text field and label. Now, today I'm going to show you one more component, that is a text area. For example, I want to accept what? Address. Okay, address of residence, office, or wherever. So in that case, you can't use text field because text field allows you to have only one line data. Okay, so that if you are enter, you are pressing enter key, then text field is not going to work. In that case, I need what? Text area. So if you want to show some long information, you can go for text area. Okay, so let me run this program so that you should get idea of how text area looks if you have not used text area. So can you all see here? I'm having this bigger gray color part. I have disabled it because I don't want to type in this. And here is text field. Can you see? Whatever I'm typing, I'm getting it over here. Okay. So this is what your text area. If you want to display long text, you can go for text area. If you want to display single line text, you can go for what? Text field. So now let me explain how to create this text area. So now onwards, whatever classes, components you want to create, declare inside a class instead of declaring inside method, because we have started using what? Listeners or events. So I need this variable in two methods. So better to declare inside class. So now label, enter something, and text field. I'm giving size as 20. See now what I'm writing? T dot add key listener. So what is T dot add key listener? Whenever you are typing something in T, what is T? T is your text field. Then your listener is going to do some activity. If you want to do on text area, you can write TA1 dot add key listener. So on whatever component or control you want to handle this key, you can go for this. For example, if I have a field for accepting age, so can I have age in age? Can age be a character value? No. Age can take only a numeric value. So I can certainly write what t dot add key listener, and I can check as soon as user has pressed any character, certainly I display message character is not allowed. So you can do with this add key listener. So now I was explaining about text area. So if you want to create text area, you need to create object, and what constructor takes of this text area, it takes two parameter, that is number of rows and number of columns. So what is number of rows? How that decides what width and height of your this text area. So number of rows is this part and number of column is this part. So column decides your width and rows decide your heights. Now you can see I'm able to type in a text field, but I'm not able to type in text area because I'm using one method known as set editable false. So, for example, employee ID, student roll number, or some data is there which you don't want user to be edited, or you don't want to allow user to edit that field. So in that case, you can make your field uneditable. Okay. So for that, you can use set editable false method. This method is available for text field as well as text area. You can make that editable false. So if you write true, okay, let me change it from false to true. So now what will happen? The text area which I was getting in gray color and I was unable to type, I will be able to type. Can you see now? I'm able to type in this text area also. Okay, see. Because I made one change, that is set editable false. So if you want to make it uneditable, you have to pass value false. Otherwise, you can pass true value. For by default it is true. If you want to make it uneditable, pass false. Otherwise, it is true. Why I'm passing false? Because I want to use this text area for display purpose, output purpose. Therefore, I'm giving this as what? Set editable false. Then I'm just adding this to my applet. And then what methods we are having in this key listener? We have what? Three methods: key type, key pressed, and key released. So now TA1 is having method. Okay, so text field is having method set text if you want to display anything. Similarly, this text area is also having set text method if you want to display something. So let me show you, but there is problem with set text method. If you are using set text, what will happen? Whatever previous data you had on your this text area, it will get erased. So therefore, I have not used set text method. Let me show you demo of this. Okay, same I'm using here. Why I'm using append method, I'm just trying to explain what will happen if you use set text method and what will happen if you use append method. So quickly recompile. Okay, so now you can see what is happening. Can you see now? I have many things over here, but it is showing only one character. Yes, everybody, can you all see? It is showing only one character because set text does what? It erases your previous data and it writes what? New data. So I'm typing 8 over here and then 7, but when as soon as I type 7, 8 gets erased because of my set text method. But I don't want to do that. I want to have all the data which are there in my text box to be printed in my text area. So TextArea is having one method known as what? Append method. So instead of using setText, I can use append method. So what append does? It appends, or you can say concatenate, writes one after another. So ta1 dot append key type e dot get key char. Now what is this e dot get key char? E.getKeyChar and E.getKeyCode are the two important methods of this key event. GetKeyChar gives you the typed or pressed or released character, and getKeyCode gives you ASCII value of that particular character. So let me run and show you this program. So remember, if you want to take character, typed character or pressed character, go for get key char. If you want to get ASCII value of that particular character, you can go for get key code. Now I'm typing something in this text area. So uh, it is showing me what? 20. Why it is showing me 20? Because I just pressed what? I just pressed caps lock. Okay. So now it is showing me 89 because I have typed Y and Y value is 89. Now let me again press caps lock. So you can see it is showing me key pressed as 20 and caps lock we can't display. Then I'm typing what? E. So you can see it is showing me key typed as E. So when typed method is called, whenever you are typing something, and when so type and press, they both get called whenever you type something, because for typing you need to press that key. So now I'm typing what? See, मैंने shift press किया था. I had pressed shift because I wanted to type number 9. Okay, so, or sorry, bracket I wanted to type, so therefore it has shown me 16 so many times. Okay, so that is what your key events. So you can handle your key events. The methods are key typed, key pressed, and key released. See, I'm not showing anything in key release. So let me show that also. So I can use what? Show status method to display in status bar. Okay. So you typed and then this method, and let me save, rerun. And now can you see you typed F, because after pressing I'm releasing also. So therefore it is showing me you typed F also. Yes, is this program clear to everyone? Just go through the program and see if you have any doubt. Okay, so if you want to make this AWT, not AWT, you can't say AWT. So AWT, we have so many components, but if you want to make use of applet onto your browser, what you have to do, you have to create one HTML file, and whatever line you have written, this tag, applet tag, you just need to paste this tag in your HTML file and run that HTML file instead of this Java file. Okay, so like how you create your HTML file, you create HTML body. So this applet tag you need to put inside body, and then save that code with .html and compile your program. And from your command prompt or whatever methodology you are using, mechanism you are using for running your program, from that use applet viewer and then your HTML file name .html. So it is going to show you that on browser. Not only you have only HTML way for displaying applet on browser, there are other technology like JSP is also there, which is having inbuilt support for displaying applet tag on browser. So if you are using JSP, you can whatever code you are writing over here, same thing you can display on browser also. And nowadays almost all browser have built-in support of applet, so you don't need to install any plugin for running your applet on browser. Yes, Akib, your doubt is clear. You can try this at your place. Just make one HTML file, and instead of using follow the same step, instead of writing keyboard events demo.java, what you need to write your HTML file.html. So you are going to get your browser on your output on browser. But one thing is there that you should not you should not have some setting on your browser for blocking the content. So if you block the content, because these are what executable content. So if you have blocked the content, executable content from your browser, you won't be able to run. Okay, so make sure that you have blocked the content. Asking to load website inside HTML. I didn't get this question. Okay, so others just see this code. If you have any doubt, let me know. Otherwise, I'll move to the next component, that is frame, a container. Okay, so the only purpose of applet is what? If you want to use applet on your browser, there are only two mechanisms. You can use JSP. Using JSP, you can create full-fledged website, and JSP supports applet. Okay, so if you want to make your website using applet, then that will be tedious and difficult. So normally for desktop application or that kind of application, we go for applet. If you want to make full-fledged website using applet, then it is going to be tedious, and I must say don't go for applet if you want to make full-fledged website. Okay, I'll show the full code. Let me decrease the font. Okay, so I'll mail this code, or I'll share this code. Those who have joined this session, I'll share this code with you all. For time being, if you want to practice, you can take screenshot of this. And just remember one thing: whatever listener you are doing over here now, same listener you have in your Android also, just few changes. Same mechanism you have. You need to implement. You need to add methods and everything. You have to. Yes, Akib, I didn't get your point. So I think your point is not clear to me. Okay, so I hope this part you have taken. Take the rest part, screenshot. Let me read your question again, Akib. We have WebView in a Android and JavaFX. Okay. So then load website inside HTML. I didn't get that part. Okay, so I'm moving to the next topic. Akib, after this session, you can type your query in comment box. I'll definitely solve your queries. Okay, so because I don't want to this time, I want to utilize this time by showing few more programs to you all. Is this okay, Akib? Your query in comment box after the session. I will solve your query. Okay, so that was all related to your this events key listener, mouse listener, and mouse motion listener. Now I'm jumping to next listener, not next listener, next container, that is a frame container. Because I just now I said Java has been deprecated from JDK 14, which is the recent version of JDK. So if you are using applet, not JApplet, applet if you are using, so then your program certainly may not run. So we have other option also. So we have another container is known as what? Frame. So how to use frame? Let me show you that. Frame is a main container. Like applet is a main container. You can put your component onto applet. Like these are your components. Similarly, you can put your component onto frame also. So how to create frame? We have learned how to create applet. Now we'll be learning how to create frame. Okay. So I'm doing what? I'm opening Notepad. Okay, let me open Notepad quickly. You can type from here also, but so again, import a package java.awt dot star. You don't need java.applet package for this. So java.awt, and then no need to write any tag also. Then what you can do, you can create a class, public class, then frame demo is my class name, and then extends frame, and then now, do I have a what in public static void main method in my applet? No, we didn't had that method, but this need what main method. So I hope you all know public static void main, ESVM सबको पता है. So public static void main string args, and then this is the way to create your frame. Then what else you need? You need a constructor. So I'm writing constructor. I hope everybody knows constructor. It is same name as class name. So give the constructor name, and then whatever you want to do, a GUI part creation, you can write that logic here and call your constructor here. So certainly you can call your constructor in this way, or if you want you can create object also, but since I'm not using that object after this, so therefore I follow this way. I create anonymous object instead of creating named object. So now this is going to create frame, but what is size of frame that we have to decide. So there are few methods which you have to use always, and what is the method? Set title. Okay, so set title. What is this set title method? Let me show you this applet. So can you see applet viewer board events? So if you want to change this title, you can use what? Set title method. So set title, I'm giving frame, my frame, or some other application form, some title, suitable title you can give for this application form, and then set size. Set size is my next method. So what is the size of your this frame, length and width? Set size, set title. And now the very important line is what? Set visible. If you write that two method, and if you forget to write set visible true, you are not going to get your frame. Now quickly I'll save this program. So from my next session, we will be using what? Frame only instead of applet. So dot Java. Okay, I'm already having frame demo. Let me give name as frame demo 1. Okay, frame demo 1, 1, and 1. And the program. Okay, student, can you all tell me how to run this frame demo? I'll give one hint. This class is having main method, public static void main. So can you all tell me how to run this main method, or how to run any program which is having what? Main method. Yes, anyone? How you run your program which have main method? Yes, Java. Yes, your uh, traditional way. So you all can see I'm getting what? A frame. And can you see I'm getting title, application form also. And the size which I gave, that size we are giving. Yes, Java file name. Yes, right. So uh, applet does not have main method because entry point of applet is not main method. Instead, it is init method. But frame में आपको main method चाहिए रहता है. And you can see close करने पे one point over here. I would like to tell you, if you click on this close button, it is not going to close forcefully. You have to close from here. So in my next section, I will be showing you how to use window listener for closing your frames. Yes, you can use window listener for closing your frame. If anybody wants to take screenshot of this, they can take. And can I take one component checkbox? Yes. If you are all have understood till this point, you can type yes, understood. And then I'll take one more component checkbox if you all permit. Okay, okay. So I'm just copying this code so that my task become easier. Okay, so frame demo, inside frame demo only, I'm doing what? I'm creating this object, this variable inside my class. I have told you always create variable inside class. So then, okay, now you all can see I'm writing one new method set layout. The default layout of applet was what? Flow layout. What does it mean? Your component is going to be placed one after another. But default layout of frame is not flow layout. Instead, it is border layout. So therefore, since we have not covered layout, that will be my next topic in next session. So just remember, set layout method is used to change layout of your frame or any container. So we have different types of layout: flow layout, grid bag layout, card layout, and border layout. I'm using what? Flow layout, because we all are familiar with flow layout because we have done in applet one after another. Then what I'm doing, I'm creating one label, and then here I'm taking one checkbox, and what parameter I'm passing to this checkbox? I'm passing two parameter or one parameter or three parameter. There are overloaded constructor. So let's go to the documentation and let me show you what things this checkboxes takes. Okay, so can you all see checkbox without a parameter, checkbox with parameter, that is a label what you want to display after your checkbox name, and checkbox with label along with boolean value. What is this boolean value? What caption of what state you want, whether you want checkable or uncheckable. And then fourth is what? Checkbox group, that is nothing but your radio button. So if you are using this, it will become what? Radio button. So we'll discuss radio button in next session. For this session, you just understand this three constructor. So I don't want blank checkbox. So therefore, what I'm doing, I'm creating a checkbox with some value. So let me say flavors of ice cream or something like that, which flavor you like. So for example, vanilla, and I'm making vanilla true. Okay. Or you can say which operating system you knows, like that. फिर उसके बाद suppose chocolate, and then strawberry, and then butterscotch, like that. You can put the names. So, or checkboxes, you can use like whenever you want to take hobbies, you want to take languages. So you may have multiple hobbies, you may have, you may know multiple languages. So in that case, what you can do? You can take what? Checkboxes. So now I have taken checkboxes. I'm not passing true. So that means they will not be selected by default. What will be selected by default? Vanilla. Okay, so certainly I'm not giving to vanilla. I'll give to chocolate. Okay, so then I'm adding label and then checkboxes. Okay, So let me save this program and compile and run. So can you all see the output? This is what your output checkbox. Is this okay to you all student? Did you all understood what is this checkbox? Yes. Okay, so upcoming lectures we are going to handle events on checkboxes. So today's lecture we have just seen how to create checkbox. In upcoming lecture we will see how to handle events of checkbox when user selects checkboxes, what to do and like that. Is it okay? So if you all have understood today's lecture, quickly type yes. And was it useful lecture? Yes. If it was useful, quickly type useful. So this way you can make interactive programming using all the component which are there in uh, this AWT package. Okay, so student, do join my next session, because in my next session I will be covering this checkbox events, radio button events, how to take different elements from, or if I'm taking checking different checkboxes, how to know whether user had checked with checkboxes, and then radio buttons, and then choices like list box and combo box. This four control I'm going to cover, along with what flow layouts. No, it may not be possible to cover all all layouts. I may cover 2 or 3 layouts. So do join my upcoming session, which is on Saturday. So I will be sending link and everything. So join on Saturday to get advantage or benefit of this, how to make biodata form. Okay. So, thank you students for joining this session, everyone, those who have joined, and special thanks to all of you, those who have joined till end. If you have any doubt, you can post after this video also in the comment box. I will reply to your doubts, and I will share all this code once the topic is completed. And let me know whether this session was useful or not in the comment box. Okay. And if you have not if you have not subscribed my channel, please subscribe it and share my channels to your friends also, and do press bell icon so that my live video notification will come to you. Okay. Thank you everyone. Have a great evening. Thank you. Bye bye. Thank you, Yash. Thank you, Yash, for your lovely comment. Thank you, Shraddha. Okay, bye bye, everyone.